All right, we're back. Dave Fleming here with Morgan Evans, and controversy ends the match before on a ball that De Villiers thought was in. May have been in. We'll never know for sure. Ball's called out, and we're moving on to our next match. And we've got the number 1 seed back on stadium court. We've got a unique combo on the other side here, don't we, Morgan?
Yeah.
Nunnery and J.W. Johnson.
Yeah, I am very intrigued as to how often and how effectively J.W. Johnson can attack Matt Wright.
And the reverse was attempted there, and it did not pay off.
Yeah, Wright's the kind of player who wants to send a message early. Not only that he is unattackable, but he is willing and able to pull the trigger on the player in front especially.
Hello.
There
Hello.
you go. Yes, well, he read that one very well, very early.
102.
And JW will have to think wiser of that particular shot selection in the future.
We also have the freestyle boys staring across the net at each other as Rob Nunnery and Ben Johns do a podcast together.
Yeah, for me, it's certainly top 5 podcasts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got to listen to that one.
302.
And a quick start for Nunnery and Johnson, up 3-0 here in the 3rd round.
Side out.
Beautiful angle by Matt Wright there. So Nunnery and Johnson, though, when you come out and play the top seed to get that early lead on center court's big.
Yes, I think Chuck Taylor and Tyler Wren would have paid good money for a 3-0 lead.
Yes.
Point.
And there's the right speed up at Johnson. So
Yeah, in every sense of the word.
Point. Two, three, one.
again, we've seen people fading away off the kitchen line on their 4th balls and missing. So Wright fakes the earn and then comes back with the forehand and tags J.W. Johnson.
Yeah, he's getting the better at the moment. And we'll see what J-Dub can do to counter.
Beautiful flick
lovely.
there.
He is well known for that particular shot. Gets the paddle underneath the ball around that kind of 6 o'clock area, rolls the wrist, does it with the lob, does it with the tax, and does it with his dinks. So very difficult to figure out what he's doing with that ball.
They all look the same.
Yeah, they do. And again,
he is not wearing an earpiece, but that is exactly the combination of shots that we spoke of coming from that same paddle position. That's what you want to practice, folks. Make everything look the same. Nice drive, and suddenly that 3-0 lead is gone.
He evaporated and then some.
And it is hot here, so not surprising that things are evaporating.
Ice and leads.
Wow, tag you're it again.
One more time. So I think J.W. Johnson will politely ask Mr. Nunnery to keep that ball low and possibly to the backhand side of Wright, sorry.
He may not say it, but he'll look at him. Not a
He'll
loud talker.
He'll say it with his eyes.
Exactly. So clearly targeting Johnson on the backhand with the dinks, and then they'll mix it in, hoping that Nunnery, as you mentioned, will leave it up and attack from there.
Here we go. 3, 6,
And,
1.
Austin Gridley on the court.
Who is not currently scheduled to play on this court. He's on one of the ones in the back, and good drive there. Nunnery's got the big forehand. They're within 2.
4, 6, 1. Second server.
Yeah, one success with a drive does not make it a great idea for a follow-up. Usually at a player, against a player of this kind of caliber, they adapt very quickly.
Point.
Nunnery does a good job starting that, and again, when you have a new partnership here, to find that complementary pickleball can be hard. They found it there. J.W. Johnson played a great point and deserved that, pushing Johns out to his sideline.
Yeah, I mean, a little help with the net, but it's better to be lucky than good,
Yes.
as they say.
Had a chance earlier. We're knotted at 6. Oh, the bounce it, and then
Yes, I think a paddle was approaching contact
Yes.
when that call was made. And who knows if it was actually going to drop? Hard to tell from this angle.
oh no. J.W. Johnson played, again, a great point. His hands are always in front, very compact
Oh,
with
yeah.
everything he does.
Yeah, he stylistically similar to Mr. Johns in a lot of ways.
Great deep return. It's hard to do if you just missed a bunny and then you hit a nice deep return.
Point.
Nice ATP from Johns there. I think you can see from match to match the difference. You feel like Johns is definitely creeping over, but not another stride, which is what we saw De Villiers get in trouble with.
Yes. He knows the limit of what is going to be comfortable for Matt Wright and what is certainly not.
Yeah, and it comes down to trust of where your partner's going to put the ball as well. And this team is the #1 seed for a reason. And Rob Nunnery survives an insanely short lob volley that he fought back, and they get out of jail somehow and get the ball back here at 6-8. Right, got the combo he wanted, but what happened there? Yeah.
Yeah, just a little early.
Yeah.
It looked like he was just out in front of it
7-8-1.
earlier than normal. But, even then, only missed by a couple of inches. is a butterfly on court.
Yes. Butterfly, ball in the face that was going to go deep. Your brain can't say out and protect at the same time, so the paddle came up. Again, chance to tie it up here. And we had the wrong server and the wrong side. Good job asking to get that sorted out here. We need a little help from the umpire there. Oh.
Nunnery looking to get the better of his fellow freestyle boy.
Yes, and fellow Major League Pickleball partner and champion earlier this week down in Dripping Springs.
Team BLQK taking the title in the inaugural event.
Unbelievable hands. Unbelievable
JW.
hands.
That's why people are so high on this kid.
Just 19 years of age, folks. And that's in.
One more.
So he wants that. I mean, go ahead and speed it up. It's the change-ups and some of the other things that Wright was effective with earlier that were working. Coming across his body, sitting on the backhand there. Nunnery wanted to get involved in the speed-up action.
So far, looks like the majority of the balls have been heading towards JW Johnson. It's an interesting tactic.
Yeah, Nunnery started something that isn't his strength there, especially knowing the other three players on the court here. But down just one here, 8-7.
Second server.
Yeah, it's a good spot from JW. A tricky sort of reach third shot from Mr. Ben Johns.
Point.
Again, as we've talked about, it's Johnson's backhand that they are targeting repeatedly. It's like there's a
9-7-2.
spot on there like he practiced. It says put the ball here. And Matt Wright kept looking for it. Got it.
Yeah, he jumped the line. He knew before JW knew what shot he was going to play.
And that is just a horrible place to be when you are the one not knowing and they do.
Yeah, he waited for that head to drop.
And we got the first game point here in game number one. Oh, paddle clash, paddle clash. And Matt Wright finishes.
11-7.
So a spirited rally with some interesting strategy from the number one seed, but they take game one here. Johns and Wright 11-7 over Rob Nunnery and J.W. Johnson. We're here at the PPA Masters brought to you by Hyundai. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. Dave Fleming here with Morgan Evans on a beautiful Saturday at La Quinta. And top seeds were pushed a little bit there, Morgan, but get over the top 11-7. What do you think we'll see here in game two?
I think Johns and Wright will continue with the same type of strategy. That looked like it was really targeting the backhand side of J.W. Johnson in the dink exchanges.
Nunnery yells out. J-Dub hits a clean winner and then shrugs the shoulder like, dude, I got this.
At that height, I trust him pretty implicitly with that big forehand.
All right, get the first one at least. And Matt Wright here to serve to J.W. Johnson. There's that flick across the body, working down the line, not so much.
Yeah, no, certainly. Down the line is a tricky one. People tend to sit on that shot more than across the body. That's why it works off both wings. And Matt Wright looking to get involved.
Look at that, shuffling his feet across the kitchen line. There was a beautiful third by John, so it looked like he'd get something up. That's a nice handle by Johnson.
The big man can still move.
And the Rob Nunnery freeze out continues. Nice finish.
It's an interesting tactic because I don't think J.W. Johnson would come over so far to take balls off the left shoe of Rob Nunnery.
Agreed.
So I'd like to see Johns and Wright starting to mix it up a little bit. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess.
Exactly. The dreaded push-off because he struck that overhead well. But what we mean by that is tennis players rotate their bodies and use their left foot to push themselves back in the court. Touch the kitchen line on that, did not reestablish it, and that's a fault. Got 10 seconds to serve, so Mr. Nunnery is just fine. Chasing his toss here, hoping for some action.
He's dipped into that well, possibly one too many times. And just to open it up again, I'd like to see him at least once go down the line, at least, you know, test J.W. Johnson on the backhand side, expect it to come back, and then he might have some more luck to that forehand side again.
Yeah, instead of just expecting a clean winner off the first one, this ball's going to get hit hard. Nunnery, great recovery against his freestyle boy. Attacks from both sides there, and final ball comes off the Nunnery paddle.
I'm wondering if it's the deception that Rob Nunnery brings to the table that they're trying to avoid.
Yeah, much more dangerous off the bounce for sure, especially in the forehand side.
Yeah, J.W. Johnson tends not to use much disguise. He's just an incredible attacker and counter-attacker.
Yeah, and you bring that up, Adam Stone, similar type of forehand to Rob Nunnery, got the disguise, definitely did some damage against this too when they lost to Barr and Stone. So,
yeah, for sure. Better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Yes.
Right? Matt Wright questioning himself.
Yeah.
Why would he go there?
Why did I do this? Why?
Rightly so. Perhaps they're kind of freezing Rob Nunnery to use him later on when it's important, closer to the closing stages of the match. Ice him now.
There's a nice down and then Ernie by J.W. Johnson. Yeah, I got to think just mentally, Nunnery and Johnson are like, this is not what we thought was going to happen at all.
For sure. I'm sure Nunnery thought he was going to get a lot of attention. Perhaps Johns and Wright are looking to see whether the 19-year-old can handle this much pressure. Looks like he's ready for the Ernie.
And there's Mr. Nunnery ready to go. So obviously knows Ben's game as well as anybody. Played with him all this past weekend, played a lot. And obviously, as we mentioned, close off the court as well. Nunnery coming in again. So
coming in hot.
You know that forehand side is his strength. They've got a lead here.
Looks like that's caught the line.
Tight over there, just caught the outside edge. Nunnery's not going to overrule something he probably just didn't even see, whipping his head around there.
Somewhat lackadaisical third ball there.
Yeah, when you're trying to beat the #1 seed, those just can't happen. When you're the #1 seed, those just can't happen.
No matter what seed you are.
If you're playing in white today, it can't happen, as all the pros are dressed in white. 3 in a row, folks. All right, J-Dub, throw one in the net, and let's restart this machine.
If you do happen to flick channels to cornhole, and it's pretty good, then we're not going to blame you just yet. But please come back and join us.
All right, please make a third.
There we go.
Nice and high.
Yep. Gave it 9 feet of clearance,
yes.
just so
me and Morgan didn't lose our minds up here as we were close. I love the idea of that. Just great hands by Wright.
Yeah, apparently 2022 new rule change. You will get half a point for the right idea.
Excellent. I love all of our new rule plans here. We'll send these out to everybody.
It's brilliant, really.
Great exchange there. And I can't wait till the referees have to say 2, 3, 5.5.
Yes, that will be fun.
All right, John's back in here, trailing by 2 here at La Quinta. Great deep serve.
And just in case anyone at home is taking us literally, it's not actually going to happen, so please don't email with questions.
3-4-2.
Nunnery with 3 consecutive dinks for the first time in the match.
That's very impressive stuff.
And there it is.
Another great counter from Nunnery. Johns loves that shot, that beautiful backhand flick. However, he's gone to it a few too many times.
To a player that knows it better than anybody. And look at that.
Beautiful.
Huge forehand.
Right down the middle. Okay.
And Nunnery was the 16th pick. We talked about the Major League Pickleball. Ends up being a champion. Ends up being on the court for the winning shot. And there's a forehand that shows you he most definitely deserved to be there. And has been the least attacked player in this entire match of 4 great players.
That's why you don't see him attack too often.
No, you could see the synapses in his head fire. They're
Should I
like,
do it? Should I do it?
Come on, come on, come on.
Don't just be a counterpuncher.
Couldn't help himself. Off the tape there. Wow. That is, okay, twice where the shake and bake was perfect. And Ben John says, I don't want those cookies. Get them out of here. No baking here. Tremendous hands on a beautiful drive to start that by Nunnery.
Well, the patient and considered attack towards J.W. Johnson does pay off on that occasion again.
Yeah, so 4-5. Nunnery calls timeout and goes take a seat there. We'll take a quick timeout as well. It's fun to feel good. It's fun to watch great pickleball like this. We'll be right back. I'm Dave Fleming with Morgan Evans. All right, folks, we are back. We're at La Quinta. The mountains are beautiful. We got two beautiful cars peering down on the court here, Morgan, and the top seeds are being pushed in this match.
They are. It's good to see. I have been impressed with the Nunnery and Johnson duo. They did lose game 1 at 11-7, but they're up here.
That time Nunnery had a ball to hit, didn't get down on it, and when you had your chance and you missed it against Johns, it's over.
You almost may as well just turn your back and say, well, I tried.
Timeout does not work there. We're knotted at 5.
Ooh, very close.
Good, if you're just joining us, everybody on the pro side wearing white today. Prestigious, clean look here. It looks great.
Yeah. It has a real Wimbledon feel to it with these beautiful green courts.
Get your strawberries and cream at home as well, folks. And they're a little off speed there instead of the full pace, so he has to generate some hit down on it.
6-5-2.
I think they had a good look there. Wright used an inside out. Kind of slippery shot that got to the midsection of Johnson. However, not enough to get the job done.
Point.
Paddle slams together, and then you don't get the read you thought as Johns was ready, and then it's in the middle, and they miscommunicated, and we're knotted at 6.
Second server.
The drive's high, and your partner's coming in. It's not good for your squad. 6 is on 2.
Side out.
Yes,
someone just won a prize with the cowbell sounding in the back there. Congratulations to that person.
Yeah, you got to have more cowbell. Don't fear the Reaper.
Thank you, Mr. Farrell.
Wright not happy with that.
Sort of the look away, body sliding left, going back, leaving the hand out there with the paddle to the right.
Yeah, that slippery, slippery whiffle.
That's a tremendous reach because Nunnery's ball is just a tad high, but not scarily high. And
yeah, so far Johns hasn't had to use all of his athleticism by any stretch. On that one there, he did look like he was interested. Beautiful counter there from Matt Wright. And I do like that Johns made the change in terms of direction for that backhand flick attack. He's been punished 3 times now by Rob Nunnery on the forehand side. So went to the backhand side, got what he was looking for.
Yes.
Good adaptation.
Yes, aiming is really important in this sport. Great shot, combination, and finish then by Wright. Lob pushes him off the line and not able to recover from it, and Lobapalooza still in play here.
Yes, all the 3-5 recreational players are going to be loving the fact that they now have even more license to lob their way to victory.
Second server.
And J.W. Johnson has not hit this many backhand dinks probably in a match, I'm willing to say. Just relentless targeting.
So a couple of speed ups there from Matt Wright towards the outside of Rob Nunnery. That is a spot he hasn't gone through yet so far. And tough for them to be able to counter it.
And if you know that's going to happen, it can be hard if the attack is cross court for Johns to be ready for that, and he was there. So
very much so.
That's why he's the best player in the world. Coming in hot there. Seen Wright do that a few times, as you mentioned, big long strides, and they're within 2 of moving on. You can shake and bake off the bounce as well. Beautiful third by Ben Johns there, and this tight match is looking at a match point here. Wow, Matt Wright looking to finish, felt the excitement of his baking on the prior point. Match point number 2. Finds the backhand side of Nunnery there, and good effort by Nunnery and J.W. Johnson, who just hit 4,211 backhand dinks. That was the strategy from the number 1 seed, Ben Johns and Matt Wright. They're moving on. We're moving on. We'll have another great match here. Beautiful day here at La Quinta. We'll be right back. All right, Dave Fleming back here at La Quinta. We're at the PPA Masters, brought to you by Hyundai. I'm here with the great Morgan Evans. Morgan, why don't you tell us where we're at in the draw, and then we'll talk about the match we've got up next here on center court.
Certainly, Dave. Happy to do so. So that last match, we saw Ben Johns and Matt Wright dispatch of Rob Nunnery and J.W. Johnson. That books their spot in the semifinals. They will be coming up against Tyler Lung and Spencer Smith. We'll see that shortly. However, first, on the other side of the draw, Eric Lang and Deckel Barr will be taking on Adam Stone and Colin Johns, the older brother of Ben Johns. A match going on right now on one of the further courts is Callan Dawson and AJ Kohler versus McGuffin and Newman. That looks to be going into game 3 perhaps over there, so a good one to watch. Whoever wins that will be taking on the winner of the match. Just about to get underway here on center court.
And let's talk about what we got here. So again, we have longtime partners or friends staring across, not beside the net here, as Deckel Barr and Adam Stone, who recovered from an 11-1 5-0 deficit against Ben Johns and Matt Wright at the PPA Championships in Las Vegas, came roaring back to win that match and then won the gold on Sunday.
Yeah.
They are not playing together here, though, in La Quinta. So you've got Adam Stone playing with Colin Johns, and you've got Deckel Barr and Eric Lang boxing out for rebounds because these are some big men.
Yeah, that's team tall there. it is going to be very difficult to get a third shot to bounce in front of these two. Colin Johns, a fantastic player in his own right, and Adam Stone obviously rounding out the four, who has really been playing some fantastic pickleball this year alongside his normal partner, Pickleball, the big Israeli.
So this is going to be interesting to see. You have Johns and Stone typically playing that right side role, with Ben Johns or Pickleball playing that aggressive alpha position. I don't think there's a better right side player than Colin Johns, so I would expect to see Adam Stone actually asked to play the left side, and he's certainly capable.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and based on the sides that they are choosing to warm up on, that's exactly what's is about to happen.
Yeah, if they were able to, sometimes people can't even sort that out when you warm up, like what side am I playing, and then you're like, that's not even where I'm going to stand.
Exactly. I have a feeling they are professionals, and they were warming up on the correct sides, but I have been wrong before.
Yeah, and it's an interesting aspect of pickleball, as we have a second here before we start. In tennis, you warm up side by side with your partner and you hit balls with your opponent.
Yeah.
In pickleball, you warm up with your partner. I always, as a longtime tennis player, as you are yourself, you get some keys from that. Well, like, he's not handling something, I'm going to use that. Here, you got to look out of the corner of your eye to see anything on a player that you may not be as familiar with.
Yeah, I mean, all four of these players, they know their games pretty well. The X factor is going to be Eric Lang.
Yes.
I haven't seen him play for quite some time. However, you cannot teach tall, and he still has that in spades.
Great player from the Pacific Northwest, and he will serve the ball to start. And the hands of Lang are right there against the hands of Stone. Lang v. Stone, Lang 1-0.
Isn't there a professional boxer?
Yes.
Hands of Stone, was it either Cuban or... I forget.
We're going to ask the truck to look that up for us, and we'll get that for you later.
Truck still parking. Oh, and a beautiful forehand drive. Catches the outside wing of Adam Stone, who lets it go. Unfortunately, that ball lands in nicely.
Great finish in the middle there, but a nice hot start for Lang and Barr, and it is already 88 degrees here, Morgan, so it's going to be...
Yes, and often the headsets are about 130.
Yes, so our ears are curling up as we speak. And Eric Lang dictating in front of Stone and doing it well.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing. He's got wonderful hands, gets the ball down in a hurry. Oh.
And there is the classic Colin Johns. He's going to hold that forehand up in the air. And he has so many places he can put that ball there.
I do wonder where he learned that technique from.
All right. Wait, we're getting the score correct here. It's 1-3-2. 1-3-2 is the correct score. There we go.
Hold on, Dave. Good catch. A beautiful pace off. Really almost no backswing.
Yeah.
It must be nice to have that kind of wrist to forearm strength.
Yeah, it's one thing to be tall, but then to be able to reach in and use that and not have big, crazy swings. He doesn't need it.
Still, I like the play. Allowing Pickleball to disconnect early, move in, wreak havoc, as he is known to do.
That's the type of point that Johns and Stone would love to play against these two big boys. Keep the ball on the ground.
They could do that all day and at least part of the night, I'd say.
Yeah, they might just want to roll right into Championship Sunday, dinking their way there.
Wow, I have not seen that particular attack from Deckelbar before. Slicing the ball into the midsection area of Colin Johns.
Yeah, held the paddle looking like it's coming over top of it and came inside it. Johns was able to fend off the first one, but not the next one. Again, pretty new partnership on the other side there. That's probably a ball. Both players are used to their partner coming in and finishing with the forehand in the middle.
Yeah,
they're working that out there to see. Feels like that's Adam's ball.
And Deckel, he has so much power at his disposal on the serve. Unfortunately, on that occasion, going long.
Get on let serves. We will stop and serve it again.
3-1-2.
It's a no yes.
Those are the worst, and Stone's paddle was there, and he actually, a lot of time on that, you can't get it out of there. He was able to do it in this occasion, and that was the worst thing that could have happened.
Oh, and it looked like Stone almost taking a bit of a pot shot at his normal partner, Deckelbar.
Yeah, Big D, he was looking for the sternum on that one, and nice job getting out of the way. That ball was not intended to be in the court. Good first volley by Stone there.
Lovely play, good read. Able to caress that ball to the outside of Deckelbar. Stone is getting a lot of attention early, not unlike J.W. Johnson in the previous match.
Yeah, when you have a big, hulking figure that wants to be on that forehand in the middle, if you can find that outside shoulder, that spot's there. It's easier said than done, but well done there by Stone.
I wonder if our opponents often feel that way. Probably not.
Probably not. Wow.
That's gorgeous.
What a shot.
Inside, in on the forehand side, danced around the backhand beautifully. And Colin Johns is going to now be aware that that shot is a possibility.
Yeah, nice again. Nice track down. Got a lob over the Giants there. And there's that John speed up. So the dangerous spot on the Johns and Stone side is a ball off the bounce. Either side, they have lethal forehands that are disguised well.
Huge.
Stone can't believe he missed that, and we can assure you folks there isn't some sort of magnet of the ball to the backhand corner of the team playing against two large humans, but it's happening again here, isn't it, Morgan?
It really is. As a general rule, that side of the court tends to be an easier target to go towards. So if you are someone who feels like you're getting all the attention. Go to the other side and watch your partner get that much attention.
Indeed.
It is a consistent area to sit in those backhand to backhand dink exchanges versus forehand to forehand.
Yeah, we got a shake and bake and then a missed return, and the lead's now 4.
The big man trying to be gentle on the way forward, not quite so easy.
7-3-2.
Oh, unbelievable how quickly he resets his hands to a position to then deal with the backhand so effortlessly.
Yeah, because Stone he hit that square, and then the next one straight down at his feet.
Yeah, that's not fair, really.
It isn't.
Different.
And no idea what that was.
No, I'm not sure he knows. We'll ask people in the crowd if anyone knows what that was, but
3-1.
Need some
don't
help.
imagine.
That was paddle open face at half speed. Usually not good. But well played so far by Lang.
Second serve.
It was a powerful overhead, to say the least.
Yeah, again, was fighting his way through the men's tennis tour before injuries overtook that wish, and pickleball sure got a great human and a great player.
I would love to see Colin Johns versus J.W. Johnson in a tennis match. J.W. still a fantastic player.
Yes. So we talked about this in an earlier match, and we talked about tennis just now, that you rotate your body and push off at the left foot and you catch the line, and you rarely get that left foot reset. That's a free point for Johns and Stone.
I wonder how much this surge in lobbing we're seeing this year is related to how well the referees are catching that rule. It's a tricky rule to catch.
Yes.
You know, being able to do that, it's not easy for any ref, but they're doing it with relative ease.
Beautiful ATP by CJ.
I lose concentration when you do that. It's good though, adds dramatic effect.
We're within 2.
Oh, there was an
Oh
elbow
my,
there.
that was 3 of them.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's going to plan for Deckelbar and Eric Lang. Much bigger than myself, and that's concerning for me personally. I do apologize.
6-1.
Ben Johns decided to raid the booth and ask me some random questions on camera.
on camera. Great defense by Stone there. Tremendous, and you heard Adam Stone say watch it, and a lot of time that means you left the ball up, but in this case he meant he left the ball wide, didn't he?
Exactly. And what's interesting, so far we've seen 5 or 6 at least around the post on the backhand side. Every one of them has been defended. 5 years ago, that was
clean winners.
Clean winners. People look in amazement. These days, it's almost.
It's like another dink almost. It's just, the point just continues. Nice job of misdirection by Stone there, and they get the ball back down 3. 6-9-1 here.
6-9-1. Point.
Little impatience by Lang there. They've kept those errors very few.
Yeah, pretty minimal. He's played a good game so far.
See what happens in crunch time here.
And Barr tags his partner, Stone.
In the head.
Well, it might have been shoulder region, possibly head, who knows. Either way, he'll walk it off, no worries.
Again, that reach and length at the kitchen.
Yeah, it's so difficult. Just looking at, how precise the team of Stone and Johns have to be versus how precise Lang and Barr, when they're up the line dropping thirds or hitting dinks, the margin for error is that much smaller, unfortunately. However, there's usually an advantage in speed and agility.
Oh.
And the long arm of Barr. Yeah. Very difficult attack to read. We are seeing more and more players getting comfortable attacking off the backhand side at basically full stretch.
Yep, so we're getting the score straightened out here, and 9-7-1 is the correct score. We should be seeing Deckelbar serve from the right, so this is not a timeout, folks. This is a referee get it right. That's the most important thing here. That's indeed where we're at.
9-7-1.
See if Barr cranks his serve up here or not. Nope, just gets it in. Again, reaching in, and just like we talked about a second ago, a safe ball isn't safe against these two.
It really isn't. And obviously Stone just getting caught by surprise there. He's used to having one of these gentlemen on his side doing that to other people.
It's a lot more fun, and game point number 1 for Barr and Lang. Oh. And the long arm of the bar was too long there and got in Lang's way.
I mean, that is the tricky part when you've got two giant players. It's so easy to get in each other's way. And generally both players are more of the alpha mindset and not always comfortable letting the other one encroach their territory.
Game point number 2. Oh. Stone had a ball to attack, but attacked the tape instead of his opponents, and Barr and Lang used that height differential, control the ball at the kitchen line, and win a hotly contested game number 1 here at the PPA Masters, brought to you by Hyundai. We've got mountains in the background, cars on the side. Morgan Evans to my right. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, folks, welcome back. Dave Fleming here with Morgan Evans. We're at La Quinta. Game 1 goes to Barr and Lang. What do you expect to see here in Game 2, Morgan?
Yeah, I mean, Stone and Colin Johns do need to make some significant changes. I'd like to see them targeting Lang up at the line.
And if you think you just saw a full swing two-handed backhand by Barr at an overhead that was crushed at him, you most certainly did.
And not only that, it seemed to get below the net as well. That is
Unbelievable.
unheard of. The skill set that that man possesses is through the roof.
Oh, and a swing and a
However-
miss by Barr, and that works out for him. And this is a heartbreaking start for
Yes.
Johns and Stone, as they were in control the first point, and then they get a swing and a miss that actually
Beautiful swing and a
hurts
miss,
him.
really.
Beautiful.
Yeah, good eyes.
Now Stone gets jammed up.
Two, 0-1.
Lots of defense, but not enough to hang in there.
Yeah, they did well, but unfortunately, again, that margin dealing with Eric Lang, we did actually measure one day. I believe it's a 79-inch reach.
You see Johns making everything look the same. And Hands of Stone, of course, we talked about it in the first. Roberto Duran, the
That's
boxer.
what it is. Yes,
So
I watched the
Roberto
movie.
Duran, yes.
It was a good movie. Yeah.
So the hands of Adam Stone need to replicate those of Roberto Duran here to bring them back. And Lang has played really well in this match. Just a couple just wild thirds, like just
Yeah.
not, you know, but again, we talk about if you're going to have a wild shot, do it when you're serving.
100%. Yeah. Minimize that risk.
And what we mean by that, folks, you can't lose a point when you're serving. So if you want to try something, crank the risk up when you're serving, crank it back to even or down when you're receiving.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a huge fan of that particular tactic.
Stone just
Yeah. Starting to-
targeting people here. There he is. You heard the Roberto Duran reference.
For sure. I think if he's going to go out, he wants to go out swinging.
Yeah,
1-3-2.
on the board here in game two. Yeah, Stone left that dink up just a little, no margin for error on keeping it
Yeah.
up.
There's just not enough time to recalibrate your basic kind of dink technique and depth you go for when you're now up against a couple of monsters. It's very difficult. Oh, and Lang, a reluctant sorry as he walks away, catches the outside of the stone face.
Yeah, Stone was never able to get himself reset after the Ernie hit the tape. Catch a opponent off balance. Easy to tag him.
Serve.
Like to follow that up with a better point when you have that in your opponent's head. That third
4-1-2.
and fifth in that case hit the net.
Side out.
Yeah, and I think Lang, he obviously has massive amounts of power, great reach, but for them to do as much damage as possible, they are going to need to get up there, and for him to be driving a lot of thirds against a team as good as Stone and Johns. Interesting. Oh,
And there we've seen him show the paddle face inside, and that time he flicks it in between them.
yeah, holding that paddle in that position, it kind of freezes people or drags them into new locations.
Oh, he's feeling his
little ambitious.
disguise there.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. Looks up at the heavens. And folks, the players are all wearing white. The sky is only wearing the most beautiful shade of blue you could ever see here.
Yeah, this is the desert. I haven't seen a cloud since the late 90s, but I'm told they exist here as well.
Yes, I think some of our viewers may be facing their first snow of the year here this weekend.
Oh, they were good-looking resets. There's nothing wrong with those resets against any other team, let's be honest.
Tremendous job by Johns, and he
4-2-1.
and Stone are known for that defense. They thought they fought back in, but it's got to be even more precise than that one. Not legal?
Next year.
Okay.
Obviously, the new 2022 rules, if you do give it the old southpaw, get that ball down into the court, that counts.
Play on.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I do hope people at home are keeping track of these new rules that we're suggesting.
The Fleming Evans Tour coming to courts near you, and look at those hands.
Too good. Sometimes you just got to say too good.
Yeah.
And, I feel like Evans Fleming. I mean, come on, I come up with like at least 3 of these rules.
Okay, Evans Fleming. We'll go alphabetical to
Yes.
keep everyone settled down here.
E-F.
All right, folks, we're going to start patenting our new rules. We hope you're enjoying this. Lang and Barr playing really well. Up a game and 6-2 in game 2. We'll be right back. It's fun to make up rules. It's fun to feel good.
It's just fun.
All right, Lang and Barr rolling. Timeout called by Stone and Johns. Can they squelch the momentum of a couple of Redwoods playing here in California?
I like it.
Oh.
Did he make it?
Miss it?
I think he might have missed it. All the court in the world to work with.
Yeah, Barr cheating middle so bad, and I think he pushed it just a little bit.
Just a little wide, unfortunate. And that gives them a 5-point lead.
Nice finish by Colin Johns there. They got work to do. Called the timeout and got tremendous read by Stone on the point before. Can they get it back here and then make a run of their own? Slow this thing down.
And a nice looking attack from from Eric Lang.
And again, on offense, on the serve. That's a good place to put that into the mix.
Yeah, I can understand why they're hitting their returns to Deckel Barr, trying to keep him back an extra ball.
Yes.
He's probably the more proficient baker of the two in the shake and bake scenario. However, it might be time to go towards a arguably higher risk tactic, but unfortunately, they're running out of options.
Oh, and again, Stone has had beautiful reads and just missed it.
Oh, it looked close too. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. So there is a match point upon us.
10-2-2.
Desperation, they're going to put Colin Johns on the left here.
Side out.
Let's see if they continue that trend.
Yeah.
If you're losing, don't
don't.
lose the same way.
Exactly. We've said it many times, Morgan.
2-10-1.
Find something new. Very late strategy change here.
Oh, already paying dividends.
Already. 3-10.
Almost a locked up game now, I think.
3-10-1.
Fantastic drive from CJ.
Timeout called by the senior team.
And wow,
Love that
was a
timeout.
A quick timeout, but
I love that timeout. You got
effective.
2. Enough. They got 2.
Yeah, that's your quota.
So they got 2. When you're up 11-7, 10-4, it feels like, why would I ever call timeout, Morgan? But I personally really like it. Your thoughts here?
Yeah, no, for sure. 2 points is all it needs if you've realized that your opponents have made a tactical change, which they have. They've got Colin Johns now on the left-hand side, and they do need to take a moment just to think about what the correct way is to counter this move. At this highest level, this does become chess. Oh, fun fact as well, Colin Johns, his brother tells me at some point he was a 1900 ELO in the world of chess, which is not a million miles away from a national master. I believe that starts around the 2200 kind of range. So as a tactical player, this, who knows, it might still be too little too late. However, good move from Barr and Lang to call their timeout, have a think about how they're going to counter this new position.
There again, Barr, this time catching Stone over there with that little forehand flick. He's just holding it there, and he's sort of waving it like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? That's a scary place to be on the other side. Great timeout. I mean, again, folks, you don't get to take them home and add them up to your next match. So use them when you're up, use them when you're down. Sounds like a song. All right. And match point number 2. That's a spot we talked about when this match started. Can they find enough balls to the left foot of Lang to make him really grind dinks? Haven't done it much, or haven't been able to do it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I don't think either one of the gentlemen, they're both two of the kindest gentlemen on that.
They just don't want to win on that call there. So 3 game points saved. 4-10. And
Lang still keen to keep those fantastic attacks going.
Yeah, you heard Colin John say get on top of it. Obviously didn't get the paddle face down, flew well deep. And Johns can't believe he missed that after just the most patient stroll in the park on a Saturday, 5th that you'll ever see. A 4th chance at a victory for Barr and Lang. And they get it there, and a very impressive, clean performance. Johns and Stone did everything I think they could do as far as not losing the same way. They mixed it up. They tried to go some different places. They switched sides at the end, but at the end of the day, Barr and Lang too much.
Too much, yes, sir. The power, the speed, general consistency from both of them. Deckel Barr obviously played very well, countered so well. Adam, I keep calling it so hard to say Deckel Barr and then not Adam Stone. We're so used to seeing them play together. Eric Lang, I thought he upheld his end of the bargain very well. Great work off the bounce with that forehand side attack. And we will see them marching on.
Yeah, so we're advancing along here at this beautiful setting here in the desert in California. We've got everybody wearing white. We got the fans finding shade. As I mentioned, as this day progresses, heat is going to be a factor. So the players are going to be running to shade.
Yes.
As will we.
We will.
So you guys run to shade if you need some. If not, just refresh your beverage and your snacks. Great pickleball all day long. We'll see the women later today as well, as they're just going to be getting underway. So everybody's trying to punch a ticket to Championship Sunday tomorrow. I'm Dave Fleming with the great Morgan Evans. Let's hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back. Don't you dare go anywhere.